Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Year One JOJOLands FANDUB project retrospective for the uh, founders. Hello, I'm Pettrull. I am the founder and the director.
I'm Phoenix. I am the producer and editor.
And I'm Mike.
Uh, we'll talk about why he's here in just a bit. So, starting from the beginning, this project was actually founded. You've probably already heard the story if you've looked at the other retrospectives, but I'll just say it again because I always like talking about this. 'Cause it's one of my favorite stories. So, a long time ago, well, literally just about a year ago, marking the day, I was looking for a JoJoLands fan dub. I had found interest in wanting to try and voice act the for the comic, obviously manga, and so I was looking around. I wanted to voice Charming Man, and eventually I met up with Mike, and that's where he comes in. He was actually the one to help motivate me into actually doing it. He was the one person telling me I should, and with his motivation, I was actually able to end up, you know, actually founding this. I had a group of people. I got people like Matt. I got Dr. O, and eventually Carrie. And with me and Carrie working together and everyone else in unison, we were actually able to get this started. And chapter one was made. And rest is history.
Yeah, it's a very interesting kind of like story of how we came to be, especially the fact that, or the re main reason why I brought Mike here is because really, to be honest, this project probably wouldn't have happened if it weren't for Mike motivating Petrol to do
Yeah,
this
man.
to encourage him.
I don't know about that, but
No,
I
no. I'm being so honest. If you weren't there to tell me, hey, you should actually do it, I would have said, "Oh man, there isn't a fan dub open for JoJoLands." So I just would have
well,
quit.
I'm glad you didn't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm very glad I didn't. You guys are awesome. I
Oh,
don't think I
Mm.
would have met y'all if I didn't go on this journey and didn't get motivated to actually do this. You
it's
know?
my pleasure. I feel the exact same way.
As I think I've talked about in some of the podcasts, I initially auditioned for Paco, and I, I admittedly did I don't know. Obviously, look, there's a reason Matt's doing it. Petrol listened very patiently to my audition and said, "You know what? Maybe you're better suited for Jodio," and I went ahead for it, and he said, "You know what? That's perfect." And I decided to go with it, and here we are now, 1 year in, 8 chapters, 9 on the way. And my God, I'm so proud of all of us and how far we've come.
Yeah.
Um,
Also, shout out to the Steel Bar and JoJolion fandom for actually helping us jumpstart this project because it was there, I believe that,
Yes.
yeah, when we were, you guys, I were actually that was where I saw your guys' sort of casting call for the JoJoLands fandom project and how you guys at that point when I joined that server because for some reason, even though I knew Jonah, I didn't have I couldn't I didn't realize I didn't join his server at all. And I was also I mentioned this, I was going through COVID at the time that I joined the server. And so I was in my room quarantine and bored out of my mind. Still remember how like I was like, should I audition? Should I not audition? Because there was so many like things that was going through my mind. I remember I did message you about it, saying like, hey, I don't mind being Dragona, but also I don't mind like playing other characters you think would be better, like the cats. I was thinking there's no way he's going to accept what I like provided. And there's probably like somebody with way more experience who sounds way better than Dragona. Next thing you know, I see the message, bro, you're in. And like
Dude,
part of me was just like, wait, are you serious? Like you're not like shitting on me, right? You're not trying to like prank me or
yeah.
something? You said I was in?
Yeah, you were
How?
the perfect one. It was just perfect. It was that, like honestly, you know, Carrie was just the perfect choice. It's just that perfect timing, and I just loved it.
How am I the perfect choice? That's the thing that still boggles my mind because I'm like, I still don't think that I deserve the role, honestly.
Well, you did your best, and if any of you have seen the the cat size fight, specifically like when Dragona's, getting all messed up. That was amazing. That was some real emotion and real character, that kind of thing. From the start, I knew that kind of thing was possible for Carrie, and it happened, and I was right.
You were. You've got a vision.
One of the best situations ever. Along with that, Carrie has been a great help because I don't know if any of you know this. I'm not exactly the most best person at being a full-on leader and doing stuff like that. I'm good. I obviously have I obviously do what I can, and I have been able to do things, but I couldn't manage a fandom on my own. I'm not that kind of guy. But I did do it alone. I had help. I had Mike. I had Carrie. I had Matt. I had everyone else. And, with their help, I was able to do it.
It takes a village. That's the saying, right? Nobody does, that's the moral of our little adventure, I think.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's extremely interesting how like a lot of projects, like the reason why they like succeed is based on how collaborative everyone is, how much people match each other's energies and passions. And like you can obviously tell when one project is a lot more one-sided in the contributions and the motivations versus where like you see that everybody is kind of giving the same like amount of energy and dedication to it. And I think that was the thing that really drew me to stay in this project because I know that Pettrull kind of learned about this, and I mentioned it a little bit every now and then. But in the beginning, like when I joined the project, even though I like was like, oh yeah, I'm excited to work with you guys, I actually thought like after that whole like hype kind of like went down from me being accepted as Dragona, I was like, wait, should I even stay in this project? I don't think I'm good enough to stay in here. I don't know if anybody here is like, I don't really know if I trust anybody here or like feel like people here would think that I'm crazy or weird for like being too hyperactive and too like obsessed with like trying to like make this project a really good thing and whatnot. And
I think you're
so
obsessed with JoJoLands in general. None
yeah.
of you have seen it, but yeah, Carrie has this massive document of every single reference in the entirety of JoJoLands. It's beautiful. It is the most glorious piece of document I think I've ever seen. It is
I
insane.
need to update
You've done
that
your
document,
homework for sure.
honestly. I've done my homework even before I got into the idea of like making a fandub in general. Like I love the JoJoLands, and I'll be honest, like the last like fandub that I was a part of that involved JoJoLands, like it was I actually like kind of was told off for being too like into it or something. Like I would be like, "Hey, I have this idea that I can work with," and like the said person would just be like, "Can you not? Like, please stop." And so
It
that was
fits.
actually that was what I was so worried about when I first joined this project because I was just like, "Man, people are probably gonna think I'm gonna be weird and whatnot." Like,
Nah, your energy is infectious, and everyone agrees.
Yes.
no,
Carrie is
guys.
definitely one of the main motivators for us,
hmm And I think what kind of made me sort of realize a little bit that you guys are fine and you guys actually really are receptive and like the ideas, not just like my ideas, but also you guys gave pretty good feedback on it, is that um we I wasn't actually supposed to be like the sort of main editor for this project. We had somebody who was supposed to be the editor. I didn't know who that person was, but it was somebody who came in before the project and yet suddenly disappeared. To this day, I don't know whatever happened to that person.
I thought it was always you.
No,
Hold on,
no,
Mike. I'm
there
gonna
was a
scroll
person.
up on our messages. I feel like we talked about this.
Yeah.
I'm actually like I will tell you guys right now. I am actively looking through our messages.
You've always been the editor, Carrie.
It's always been me.
Yeah.
I
I should
guess.
know.
I don't
I've
know.
always been here. Just watched The Shining the other day. It's fresh.
Gosh, it was so long time ago. It was like I don't even remember the name off the top of my head. I just remember there was just one person who was going to be editing, and I was like, "Hey, I have some old assets. You can use it because I don't give a fuck anymore." And
Oh, I
yeah.
remember him. I don't remember
Hmm.
his name, but I remember him. He was really
Hmm.
awesome because he did a lot of cool sound work specifically.
Hmm.
I knew him because he did like a One Piece edit where can't spoil One Piece. I'm not allowed to spoil One Piece. Watch the anime, really good. He animated he like did new sound over a scene. It's
Hmm.
really nice. I asked him, and I think he eventually told me either he told me he couldn't do it or just disappeared.
Huh.
Either
I
way,
feel like
he was not there. So now we have Carrie, and now we have like Robo and everyone else, and we have a very solid team.
yeah, we
Agreed.
have our Skibbity production crew now, which,
I still
by the
Uh,
think we
way,
need to
that
call it
wasn't
that.
even the name that we kind of settled with. It's just I just called the group chat of all of like the people on the production side Skibbity production crew, and it just kind of stayed like that.
oh, so there's
It
still a
sucks.
chance to change it.
There's still a chance to change it, but
I'm,
we've
I'm playing.
already
I'm
like
playing.
worked on it for so long now. It
Mm.
doesn't feel right to change such a
Imagine
beloved
in 10 years
name.
when we're still doing this, and
Hmm.
that place is still called the Skibbity Production Crew.
I mean,
I I am very excited to see how that's going to be received.
Oh
well,
boy.
nothing ages better than slang, right, guys?
Oh
Oh
yeah,
god,
definitely.
god.
Nothing definitely aged better than slang. Yeah, it was I think like as as sad as it was for the letter to leave, it was a sort of like blessing in disguise, I guess, because by that time I actually was starting to kind of like you guys and being like, okay, maybe I should stay. And then seeing the editor leave and there's nobody really left, I'm like, damn it, I gotta step in. But let me just like show little by little a little bit to see if this is what you guys wanted to do and
I think
whatnot.
that's
And
90%
so,
of what Carrie's been doing for us, stepping
Hmm.
in. Like wherever one of us had slack, Carrie was able to step up and either get us to work up to where we need to go or do it herself. And I think that's probably one of the greatest things here. She's probably the best supporter.
Totally.
oh, I
100%.
mean, it helps that you guys also like help me out too, so when I need to like pick up slack and step up as well. And so really we are helping each other every chance that we get. Um,
Yes.
I am curious though, like comparing, how we were 1 year ago to like here, like what expectations did you guys actually have when you started the fandom, and have those expectations been met or
I
changed?
gotta be honest. I'll go first on this. I think everything's been exceeded. I really did not know what I was getting into with this,
Mhm.
and again, my expectations have been exceeded in every way. I did. I mean, look, once I got to know you guys, obviously, I figured like we're gonna make something pretty great, but I didn't realize how quickly. I mean, we've God, I don't know how many videos we have total, but we have a lot now at this point between the shorts and the freaking songs and the skits and even the chapters. We're almost at 10. That's crazy. So I honestly think we're freaking nailing it.
We are doing so well.
Totally.
Mhm. Definitely.
I'm going
And
to say
like,
I have to agree with him.
mhm.
I genuinely thought we'd make it to like chapter 2 and give up. I have never really like I never thought it'd get this far.
Mhm.
I'm just a kid. I when I started this I was still in high school. I just that kind of stuff you just think I'm not the guy who can do stuff like that. Really, I'm not. Because it's not just me, it's the crew. And with the help of everyone else, as I've said thousands of times before, this has happened and it's still happening. It's a train and it's not going to stop. It's going to be a
Right? Hell
10-year
yeah.
venture. I wouldn't
Mhm.
do it with anyone else.
Oh yeah, definitely. I wouldn't have done this with anyone else other than you guys, for sure.
Heck yeah,
I mean,
man.
I guess my expectations were a little bit slightly high because I did used to like be part of a previous JOJOLands FANDUB that went up to chapter 2. And so part of like me kind of being driven in this project is like, let's just at least hope that we can like touch on chapter 3 a little bit. So at least you have to be like, haha, we made it just slightly more and whatnot. I thought at first that our channel was just going to mostly focus on like purely chapter dubs, but you guys seem to really enjoy doing the small comic dubs and the sketches. And I think that really helped grow our channel to be a lot more than what I thought. Like I actually thought at first that we were just going to get like maybe at most 1,000, and then we just start like plateauing or even like going down a little bit because there's not really too many people who are really into JoJo Lands, who would enjoy a fandom of the JoJo Lands. But w to this day, like I would check the analytics and it's like, wait, we just like shot up and then we shot up again, and then we just shot up like a week later, like significantly. Where are these people coming from? Like
We are at 2.5 thousand people.
That's
we
crazy.
Like,
are? Wait,
yeah,
we are? Hang on a second.
almost.
Hang
We're
on.
almost at 2.5 thousand people. We are at 2.34K. And I'm like 90% sure by the end of this year, we might be at 2.5 thousand.
Can we
Let's get to
get much
3.
higher?
Dude, we're, and like, people may say that's not a lot of people, which, you know, it's fair when you're like looking at other people. But think about that. 2,000 people have come to our stuff, this like little place we've worked on, and now they're subscribed. They're watching it, you know? They're wanting to see what we're doing. And that's just wow, you know?
It's pretty impressive.
Part of me is worried like next year's expectations are going to be a little bit higher now, but that's probably because like my ego is through the roof seeing how far we've accomplished.
Dude, we gotta have a little bit of
Um,
ego doing all of this, you know? This is
that's
crazy.
true. That is true.
And
I,
honestly, I think we're gonna be able to beat expectations when it comes to it.
Totally.
We've got
yeah.
so much more that we can do. We've got so much
Yeah.
more work in us, and honestly, teams just growing bigger.
I
Teams just
agree.
getting bigger and bigger. And as we get bigger, we get more. That's the improvements I want to see next year. That's what I want to see next year. We've already had so many people join up and so many people work with us. And now we're gonna get more. I'm I'm sure we're gonna have more. And as we get more, we're gonna get even better people doing more stuff. And you know, that's gonna end up with better stuff. And if we keep with the same quality, I'll be fine because we are an amazing quality so far. But I have a feeling that it's going to get even better, you know?
Agreed wholeheartedly.
Oh yeah, definitely. What's that being said, what sort of improvements do you hope to see for next year?
You already know mine.
I mean, I definitely do hope to see some improvements regarding the production side in terms of like, let's see if we can make things just well, without compromising quality and sanity. Just to make things just a little bit faster, a little bit more consistent. And we've done a pretty good job at like being consistent and whatnot, but always better to be like more consistent so that way our viewers like can know what to expect and when to expect it and whatnot. Especially I like even though I kind of do the majority of the editing, I am trying to gradually sort of hand more sort of editing power and creativity to other people in Skibby Productions just so the work could be a lot more streamlined, but also, get get a lot more people involved in the project and whatnot. Um, Improvements. Hopefully, like now this convinces me to like finally start saving for a better mic for sure.
What's wrong
Yeah,
with
better
me?
mic. Nothing's wrong with you, little bro. Nothing's wrong. I'm talking about a microphone,
Yeah,
little
I'm
bro.
kidding. I know.
Yeah.
They're gonna replace me.
Yeah, better microphone, probably better editing software and recording software and whatnot. Probably a better basement for Mike to reside in.
Aw, a bigger one,
A
roomier.
bigger one. You're gonna get 1 more inch of square footage.
That sounds perfect.
Perfect.
I'm gonna be able
You
to
could
stand
you could
up.
probably stretch your legs a little bit.
Exactly.
Hmm. Yeah. Anyway, Mike, do you have any improvements that you hope to see for next year?
Um, I mean, I all I do is record my lines, so it's really, I'm not at liberty to criticize the hard work everyone else in the team's already doing. Obviously, I think that everyone's doing an amazing job. I want us to keep doing the same. That's my very. If I had to think one thing, maybe, yeah, like you said, obviously, I think more on. I think,
You're right, man.
yeah, I don't know. Maybe more help, I guess, for our hardworking editing team, so that way we can like put shit out faster, but still keep the quality. I think if we had more people working, we'd do better. I want to make sure I'm not sounding like an asshole. I'm kind of confused. Am I making sense?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I want us to grow. That's an improvement. I want us to grow, I think. There we go. And cut
And
out
I think
me
we
stuttering
will.
all over the place.
I'm pretty sure
Oh,
we
yeah.
will.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we still got a little bit more growing, especially going in terms of being noticed and helped by more prominent figures in the JoJo community. For sure.
Yes. We want more notable people. This isn't to say if you don't have notoriety that you can't come to us. Please, if you're an editor, if you know what you're doing, come and
Just
talk to
email
us. We
us.
want to hear
Yeah.
from you. We want
Yeah.
to hear your voice and we want to hear what you have to say and what you can bring to the table, you know?
hmm
So come along, come tell us what you can do. We want you.
For a second, I was about to be like, "We want you, we want you." We said it once, and I was like, "Oh, okay, we're not gonna chant it." Darn. Yeah, in terms of experience, though, like, do you guys feel like being in this FANDUB, you've gained a lot more experience that's been super helpful, in terms of like being a voice actor or an editor, or I guess creating stuff in general, or is there like an experience that you through this FANDUB that you wish you can have more of?
I mean, I feel a little more confident in my voice for sure. I haven't been like, and again, I'm very green, which is to say I haven't done a lot of this, but I've had a lot of fun and I've learned how to yell like a lot and
Uh,
shout, and that's
Oh,
been pretty
yes,
incredible.
yes.
yeah, I remember like kind of chapter one and whatnot, you were oftentimes asking for feedback for Jodio, being, oh, am I doing too much? Like, should I have done this instead and that instead? And honestly, I feel like you're such a natural when it comes to Jodio and
I
whatnot.
appreciate that. Thank you so much.
And it's yeah, and I can tell like you've just been growing a lot as a voice actor.
Thank you,
Yeah, man, you've been
And
doing
that's just
amazing.
yeah, and
guys. I really
that's
appreciate
just
that.
not your this is not your sort of your big bro like telling you everything's all right. This is genuinely like you are
Yeah.
doing a fantastic job,
You
Mike.
guys, you guys are that means so much, and I really appreciate
hmm
it. And that goes back both ways. Listen, the world hasn't heard much of Charming Man yet, but Pettrull's a fucking amazing Charming Man, and obviously,
Oh,
it's true. It's just true.
Yes.
And Carrie, you've captured Dragona, and you. I know you said you had your doubts, but
Oh.
you've got the warmth, you've got the disposition, and like Dragona in the story, you're kind of like the heart of the team here in real life too. So it was kind of meant to be, I
Oh.
think.
yes, you guys are awesome. All of us are awesome. I have to say it. Just
Let's
Mhm.
let's give ourselves a big group pat on the back.
yes.
It feels like it's just this very interesting kind of fate that kind of brought us together.
Gravity.
Gravity.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Or maybe Stan users are often attracted to other Stan users,
Hmm.
so maybe this is
Oh
why we are
no.
all so close to each other. Or maybe it's just so absurd.
It's a mechanism.
Oh
Mechanism.
man.
Yeah,
We're
maybe
getting into
there's a
this.
mechanism involved in this. Now that we kind of gotten our sort of overall experience and whatnot out of the way, I am curious about one thing though. We've done a total of 8 chapters so far. What is your favorite to do or be
Well,
involved in?
I don't do much because I haven't
hmm
been because I haven't my main character hasn't come in yet,
hmm
but I have always loved doing the little opening things. being the narrator is so much fun because I get to do my big old narrator voice, and it's my favorite. I love doing the big and boisterous, just like I have no lines ready, but you get what you know what I do.
Powers that have
You know what I
forms
do.
and
I'm at the
shapes
start of
but
every
are
episode.
invisible are called stands. That line.
Yes, the stand line. I
Uh-huh.
honestly, I just love doing all the big stuff. I love being loud and proud and just
Mhm. It would be funny though, because like if you being the narrator, it's revealed that JoJoLands is actually told in the perspective of Charming Man. Imagine that actually ends up being a twist, and we were like, "Oh, that's a cool prediction right there."
Imagine if we're right. Like that would be the craziest thing to be right about. Like
Yeah,
imagine.
and it turns out like that narrator voice is actually Charming Man's real voice rather than his so-called British voice.
I could see it happening that he's
Yeah,
telling the story. He's very
yeah.
like connected to the rock, you know.
Mhm.
So I could see him. Yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, more bizarre things have happened.
Totally.
Bizarre.
Looks at the camera and winks.
Carrie,
Mike,
what was your favorite chapter? Oh, you
sorry, I was
first,
about to
please.
ask you first. Oh, okay, I'll go first then. Anything for you. My favorite chapter, I guess, in terms of acting, it's so weird, but like I've come to really enjoy chapter 6, um, a little bit of 7 because we combine those together because of the screaming. Like I
Yeah,
didn't
screaming.
expect to like enjoy myself screaming that much at all. And even though like I basically like message everybody like, did I actually do a good job? Did I like go overboard? Was it realistic or something? Like I don't know. But yeah, I would say as a voice actor, that would be my favorite. Um, and then as an editor, I think my favorite to edit had to be I'm like the psychopath scene in chapter 2, that became kind of one of my favorites to like edit.
Oh yeah, that was so neat.
Yeah,
Actually, that was
the
really
psychopath
neat.
scene. But also like in terms of like an entire chapter, I would say chapter 3. That was super fun to like figure out, especially with like time ticking and like they're trying to open the safe while Rohan is about to go into his villa. And like just make building that intense scene as well as working with Kobe on the sound designs for Wildcat's Eyes. Yeah, I think those two would be like my favorite thing to like do. And then Mike, what was your favorite?
I think 5. It
5?
was, you know, I love the whole Rohan Villa stuff. I think it's a really fun chapter. I think that was when I got really excited about JoJoLands.
Hmm.
Was when that happened. I was like, oh shit, Rohan's in this. This is so fucking cool. Um,
I
and
remember when everyone thought it was Joshu.
yeah, I thought it was gonna be
Yeah, I
someone in the
remember
Higashioka family.
I thought it was gonna be Josuke and Joshu's just there.
I mean, God, we're so lucky it was Rohan because if it was Josuke, I think he probably would have killed them. He would have just killed them
He
for
is really
intruding.
brutal. He
Yeah.
is extremely
Yeah.
brutal. He would have straight up killed him.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
um,
Oh
yeah,
God.
and I'll just say, I think, and I love every chapter we've done, but I think
Mhm.
my least favorite was probably 1. Just for me, I think it was my worst performance, and then that's not me being modest. I didn't know what I was doing yet, and I probably would have made some different choices, but yeah, and I still love it, but I think that was probably my least favorite was chapter 1. Uh, just
Maybe
to
later
record.
on we can remaster it, but I will say
Hmm.
chapters 5 and 1 were the two that I have used to advertise this to people in real life. Like I've talked to
Oh.
people in real life about my project here, and those are the two I've used. I used that first scene, the where Jodio beats up the cop, and I used the scene where Jodio interrogates Rohan. So don't sell yourself short on the first chapter, and also yes, the 5th chapter is probably our one of our best. I think latest chapter is the best. That's just me though,
Oh,
because
that's true.
Oh
I think we're doing
yeah.
a lot. I think we're every single time we do it, we're getting even better,
I agree with that.
more efficient, and more. We add more finesse, more fun. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting how so before we kind of had this discussion, I actually went to watch chapter 1 again and then watched chapter 8 just to kind of compare how things like were done kind of before and now. And it's really interesting to see how like we've kind of improved from there and whatnot. And I don't know, it just really warms my heart a little bit.
I
Just
totally
to
agree.
see how
I'm very
much we've
proud of
like
us.
grown. Also, Petra, you want to know what video I show to people in real life about our fandub? Because I
Oh,
don't show the fandub chapters at all. I show the Big Mama sketch.
that's what I was gonna guess. I was gonna guess that. Oh, I remember the first retrospective. I said this, but if you haven't seen the first retrospective, this is another thing. It's hilarious. It's my favorite. The way I get into the Charming Man voice is through McBama. It's where he says shit for brains, and then I'm in the voice. That's how I actually get into my Charming Man voice. It's by saying shit for brains, and then I'm in it. It's hilarious. It's the funniest thing to me.
That's iconic.
It's an iconic line for me.
Yeah. Very iconic line. Like it's
Actually,
really
Carrie,
funny how yeah.
if you listen close to my recordings, and if I think it might be in the behind the scenes, maybe, you'll actually hear me whisper "shit for brains" at like the lowest possible frequency. I
Oh wait,
whisper that, and then I'm in the voice. It's hilarious.
okay, because I heard some mumbling, but like
Yeah,
I
that's what I'm
couldn't
saying. Every
I
single
couldn't
time I
register
mumble.
what it is, so I cut it out.
Yeah, I mean, it's not meant to be in any episode. I don't think it'd be. I don't think it makes sense if Charming Man was just under his breath with like "shit for brains." But maybe.
Okay, that's like some funny lore right there. That's really funny. And
Yeah,
meanwhile, I just keep on saying Jodio's name until like I get the pitch that I needed to be in.
yes,
I just
these random things, man. You
there are
get one
things.
thing and it starts working.
Yeah, and then meanwhile, Mike just dresses up and acts emo. That's how he gets into
Just a,
Jodio. He
Bad
slouch. He thinks
posture.
yeah, he slouches. He thinks about like mechanisms and Pink Dark Boy, and that's just how he gets into Jodio.
like if anyone would be like an IRL, like do the actual thing for the actual character in like a live action, I feel like it'd be Mike playing Jodio.
I
Yeah,
appreciate that, but I would look like the Steve Buscemi, how do you do fellow children meme? That's how I look.
yes. That would be
Uh,
even funny, like seeing Jodio with like a 5 o'clock shadow be like, "Gibbity toilet, man."
He
yeah,
will have a 5 o'clock shadow when he grows up. Jojo will have a 5 o'clock shadow. I'm telling you right now.
totally.
Oh
I mean,
God.
I look I moved. I really appreciate maybe adult Jodio.
Yeah,
Adult
yeah.
Jodio.
But I think you really get into the character well, and I love that about Jim Man.
Thanks, man. It goes both ways.
Yeah, definitely.
What's next?
Well, I know that for a lot of people, they kind of use this project sort of as their way to get into voice acting
Mhm.
and whatnot. And so I know that as a result, a couple of us has ended up actually get involved in like other side projects and other things related to like voice acting or even acting in general. Not affiliated with like our fandub in other ways, but it's actually really cool how like because of what we've done in the fandub, we've kind of gained a lot more confidence to try out other opportunities and whatnot. Uh, Take a shot every time I say the word whatnot in this recording.
You'll be
But
dead on the
yeah.
ground before we even finish. I'm telling you.
hmm Yeah. Have you guys actually, because of the fandom, gotten yourselves involved in like different things?
Certainly, from a confidence aspect, I probably have done a little more work. I've been reaching out to other.
project.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
right. Duh, the fucking Deltarune thing.
Yep,
Yeah.
a Deltarune project.
Yeah, it's
I'll be in it later.
yeah.
I am gonna be playing a certain funny old man in that one.
Hell yeah,
The
dude.
I'm old.
40, I think. I think he's 40.
Yeah, that's very old.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's still early days on that one, but
Yes.
the people are eager to do it, and it's been a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
I basically did that the same way I did JoJoLands. Some guy was like, "Hey, I want to do this." I said, "You should do it," and then they're like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah," and then it happened.
Okay, so how to
It's
make a successful fandom. Step one, get Mike to tell you to do it.
yeah,
Yes.
do it like in Star Wars Episode 3. No, it the easiest thing to do for me is hype people up, and it's a technique I've learned in when I was doing cross country. You find someone and you basically hype them up, and then it gets them to run faster, and then you use them to pace you. No, literally, if you find someone struggling, it's easier to run when you have someone to keep pace with. So you just tell them, "Dude, we got this. We got this. You got this. You got this. You got this," and they believe it, and then you follow them to the finish line. That's just how you do it.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
my key to success.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you find someone down the luck, motivate them. That is because it's not just helping them, it's helping you. That's the kind of,
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
all right. And when it comes to me, just like Mike said, this has been a huge like confidence thing. Like, I've always thought of myself as a performer, but never thought of myself as that good of a performer. I just thought it was like, something I could do. But now that I've actually like seen what I can do, seen how I can actually, both inspire a group to do something like this and can perform myself, I've started like branching out, and now I'm actually working on a not just working with my with the with my school with performances, but I'm also like branching out to actual like real theater groups to do real performances that actually, make money, It's pretty insane. I've never actually done anything like this before, but I'm starting to actually do some real big stuff, and I'm really excited. And that only came about not only because of this, of course, but this FANDUB actually helped that happen, and I can't help but thank it for it. Thank all of y'all for it, What about you,
Mm-hmm.
Carrie?
I mean, yeah, I started going into like a little bit more side projects here and there. Definitely, I think it's gonna sound like an echo chamber, but really like this fandom, if anything, had been such a confidence booster and has motivated me to like start branching myself out a little bit more. Um, and so I've been doing a couple of like voice things here and there. And I'm trying to see if maybe if I could try to do more roles, like just for the heck of it and whatnot, like try out different styles of like voices and maybe expand my skill set a little bit more. I mean, it's not, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get into that level like you, Petrol, where like I want to make this a sort of career and like make money off of this, but definitely a new hobby underneath my belt that I've really enjoyed having these days.
Yes.
Hmm. Yeah. But yeah, I guess for anybody who's like wondering, should I start a fandub? Yes, like even if the fandub may not be what you expect it to be, it definitely helps with boosting your confidence and getting you the experience that would basically tell you, hey, you can do this, try this out, and whatnot. What do you guys think?
I definitely agree with you on that one.
100%.
Mhm.
If you have an idea, do it.
Yes.
And if you aren't sure, ask me and I'll tell you to do it.
Yeah, he's a very good motivator.
Yeah, like he's really good at like making you realize your passion. Where's your passion, man?
Exactly.
It's
Ah,
Mike. Mike is the passion.
Mike is the passion.
I appreciate that.
That is a George Joestar reference. If any of you get that, if you get that, holy
Oh
cow!
boy. So something that I am a little bit curious on is that since being a part of this fandom, has this actually affected how you see the JOJOLands? And
Yes.
or like, really, how so?
Okay. Well, first I will say, I originally didn't really like it. I did. Now, don't get me wrong. I liked it because it's JoJo's content, but I always thought it was going to be, something I'd always put like in the middle of JoJo's, and it's gonna just go a little bit down, but still JoJo's, still good. But holy crap, going over the episodes over and over and over and like seeing every new detail each and every time and then reading it with a group of people, not just alone, reading it with my friends and getting to hear about their opinions on it, what they noticed, and noticing all this new stuff because I'm looking at it from a new perspective. This is the best part. Like, oh my gosh, part 9 is one of the best parts, if not the best part. And this is also giving me more love for part 8 because I've looked back at it with that new perspective and oh my gosh, it's so good. And I'm like, how did just having this fandub, having work in the JoJo community, how did this bring me to this level? And it's like, it's like magic, man. It's amazing. What about y'all?
I think for me, like being part of fandom, now I have an excuse to why I'm doing so much research for the JoJoLands rather than just doing it for the heck of it. Like people asking, okay, so why are you looking up this stuff? I'm like, it's for my fandom, for the JoJoLands. And, and so like all of kind of like these little nuances that I have found in the JoJoLands, I can now kind of insert them into the fandom. And basically kind of find things that I did not initially saw when I first read through it and see how I can kind of add more, I guess, depth and detail into our project. I will say though that I think because this is still an ongoing project and we are like not completely up to date with all that stuff, it is a sort of balancing act between putting in things that like you really like you kind of have in mind with fandom, like your own head canons, your own like preferences, and following the source material and whatnot. Because if you can't really completely follow the source material 100% because everything is subjective and there's always going to be room for creativity, but at the same time, like you can't just completely like change things drastically just to suit your taste. And so it's still a balancing act between that, and especially like for some fans who want to see characters portrayed a certain way, but then we end up doing a different direction. And I feel like we're gonna see a little bit more about that with as JoJoLands progress and as our project continues to progress. Obviously, at the end of the day, what we do with our project is going to be our choice, but it's going to be really interesting when maybe we chose this sort of idea for this scene, and then later on we get a new chapter that like now puts the scene in a new context where we maybe could have done something differently, and we're going to have to figure out how to address that or like whether we should even want to address that.
Totally.
Yeah.
I feel like I know what chapter you're talking about.
Which chapter?
I know what I'm talking about.
I
That chapter is going to be hard. That is gonna be the chapter.
Oh, that chapter.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's gonna be a very interesting chapter for sure. I feel like we're gonna go on a very long hiatus, not because we want to take a break necessarily, but to really make sure that we plan that out perfectly.
Yeah, that's gonna be that one is going to be different. That was gonna be a tough one, and I think I'm very glad we have the people we do for that because I have a feeling that if we had the wrong group, that would be the breaking point for our entire thing. But I have confidence in the group. I know what we can do. And I know we've got this. It's going to be difficult, but we are amazing and we've got this. Yeah.
How far away are we from that one?
Let's see here. We're doing, as of speaking, we are in production for chapter 9. We're going to combine chapter 10, 11, and then we're going to do chapter 12, and then it happens, right?
Got it.
Chapter 13, the unlucky one.
Mm-hmm.
It's
quite absurd.
I think we are very sensitive people, and I think we'll handle it with grace. I don't think I trust our or integrity.
Yeah.
And
Tough
maybe by
subject
then we
matter,
might
though.
have some people in the group who may be more like familiar and more experienced with producing these sort of side scenes and pretty much give us some like good advice and consultation to ensure that what we're doing is appropriate at
Oh, I work
least.
in reality television. I'm really good at producing bullying, so we can we can make that perfect. I'm kidding. That was a joke.
We've got I think we've got this whether or not we have more people. But either way, it will happen and we'll make eventually we're not gonna skip it. We're eventually gonna make gonna be an episode.
Mhm.
We
Of
got this.
course. Yeah, we got
We got
this.
Yeah. Like even though like that's probably like a not so greatly anticipated scene, what do you hope to see, I guess, not just only in the JoJo Lands like future chapters, but like to do in like the fandom relative to those future chapters?
Like what scene are we looking forward to the most, or just in general, what are
Or
we looking
like
forward to the most?
I want to
possible
see
scenes that you
Charming
want to see.
Man die. I am so excited. I am 90% sure he's going to be one of the people who dies, if anyone dies. Because I'm like, this is JoJo. People die.
If he
Unless it's
dies,
part
who's gonna be
4,
our narrator?
because
I don't know.
Ghost.
It
Oh
goes.
yeah.
He's
Unless
an evil
yeah,
spirit.
unless it's part 4 and everybody lives except for the bad guy.
And
Or
Shigechi.
and Shigechi.
And well, let's not get into semantics here, but he might be the bad guy. But anyways, yeah, I'm 90% sure Charming Man's gonna die, and if not, he's gonna be really, really, really beat up. I cannot wait. I'm so excited.
I want to
So if
see.
Charm
Please go ahead. Continue this.
No, I was gonna say if Charmman dies, who's gonna be our narrator now? Our whole idea of Charmman's the narrator the whole time is just gonna crumble, literally.
Ooh, I want to see November Rain evolve. I want to see how we can utilize him and what's to come with this ability, because it's very interesting for a main character's stand. And look, Tusk was really tiny when Tusk
Mhm.
first appeared, so I'm very interested to see this grow and develop.
Mhm.
I'm thinking
It
one
we
evolution. I'm thinking one
Yeah.
big evolution. I think we're gonna get return to Requiem with this guy, but I have no idea. Genuinely, Araki could do anything with November Rain.
Well, with the lightning that's been talked about with Howler,
Uh-huh.
I think a tropical storm might be in order for November Rain, or like a hurricane, something with bad weather.
Jodio evolves to become Weather Report 2 Electric Boogaloo. He can
Pretty much.
he
That's
first
exactly what I
controls
just thought of.
he first controls rain and he learns to control lightning and then wind.
It's the
And like a
Avatar.
bunch of other
Wrong.
like yeah like the lava rock slams into his back realigning his chakra and he now can bend all 4 elements.
He becomes the Avatar.
He
Pretty
becomes the
sick.
avatar and like Akka is the fire lord.
Ozai
Ozai the fire
Hey,
is gonna lightning band.
if whatever the heck Howler stand is turns out to be a fire based stand, guys, Avatar.
That'd be sick.
Avatar.
Listen,
Oh, like Avatar.
I'm convinced it's gonna be Ride the Lightning. That's I'm putting all my money on that.
It's a good idea. It's a good thought.
I still think it's gonna be Lark's tongue and aspect, and it's gonna be like 1, 2, 3, 4. I think actually no, it only goes up to 3.
Mm.
Yeah.
So it's similar to White Snake, Sea Moon, and Made in Heaven. It's gonna have forms. You think?
Yeah, yeah.
Dope.
Especially with Lark's tongue and aspect being one of the most divisive songs in the 80s
I
trilogy of King
genuinely
Crimson.
think
Mm.
have y'all seen the Carrie, I think you told us about the King Crimson theory.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna happen. That's what I think is gonna be.
What you think it's gonna be King Crimson?
No,
No,
I
as
don't
in
think it's
like
actually gonna be King Crimson.
well, it's more like
I
how
think
the
JoJo's gonna
3
transform into something referencing a King Crimson song.
Ooh,
yeah.
okay.
We just have
Moonchild.
to figure out what it is. Probably figure out is there a connection between Guns N' Roses and King Crimson.
Hmm.
Who knows? But yeah, I definitely would also love to see November Rain evolve, especially from like the sound design perspective, because we can play around with like those noises a lot and like see how we can alter what we currently have for Jodio stand. Although it would make me a little bit sad that we wouldn't be able to use the our original sound anymore if November Rain evolved. But I
Yeah.
guess in terms of
That
voice
old
acting.
November rain will still be in our hearts.
Yeah, in terms of voice acting, kind of sim on a similar sort of thing with the Charming Man. I'm really hoping for JoJoLands. There's gonna be a scene where Dragona and Jody have a big fallout, and it's emotional. And you know, we don't necessarily need to be like screaming at each other the entire chapter, but like just basically seeing these two who used to be so thick as thieves, like just break down and then
Mm.
eventually reconciling or that leading to like something even more extreme. Because random random theory that I had like all way back was that before the introduction of like Akka and the whole concept of lava rock, I had the idea that Dragona ends up being the main villain of part nine, and part nine ends up being like a sort of circle back to Phantom Blood where it's two brothers fighting against each other.
Damn.
Yeah.
That was your original thought?
That was my original thought. Yeah. Like, can you imagine? Like, I had different versions of how it happened, some of them being something Dragona has like does on her own fruition, and some of it being like beyond her circumstances. So it was mostly just for like shits and giggles at the end of the day, but like can you imagine like a Rocky just pulls the rug on us and be like, actually, you know that character that you really like? I'm gonna make you hate him now.
Dragona just starts kicking puppies.
Well, okay. Well, the main thing that I don't really like about the idea of Dragona being a villain though is that all the villains in some way are extremely like bad. Not like bad as in like, haha, kicking puppies kind of stuff, but like, Toru is a PDF if you think about it. Funny Valentine totally did so many things wrong. Uh all that's and so I'm just like with that pattern going on, I really hope that Araki doesn't try to make Dragona like fall into those similar
Making more villainous
categories,
villains.
especially the nuances regarding Dragona. Um, but I mean, it would be cool if Dragona ends up being a villain and then I have to like sort of portray myself as a villain.
I
I'd
don't
like
think Dragona's going to be a villain. She's pretty solidly a member of the group. He
the
might,
only I mean,
because this is the part five
mhm,
reflection. He might have something betrayer of the group, but that's gonna probably be Usagi or Paco.
Like Fugo.
Yeah, like Fugo. Like
I
Right.
think the
I remember
main
hearing that like back in the day he was going to have Fugo actually fight the group.
Right,
mhm,
instead of Chocolata.
mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think the thing that kind of drove me into considering that idea was the fact that in chapter 8, I noticed that like we get to see more of like the imperfect side of Dragona. Like we see how like she's susceptible to greed as much as everyone else is, and that she would act on her impulses, even though she always appears to be the most cautious and whatnot, especially in chapter 10. Like, the shit that happened between her and Charmian wouldn't have happened if she wasn't so set on the watch that she claims she doesn't want to take or steal, but was just like so openly like, Jesus Christ, I need that watch. How dare they disrespect the watch that should have been mine, you know? And we've seen a couple of times how she's butted heads with Jodio, and so it just felt like we just need the right situation where we have that massive fallout. But and like I get to scream at Mike gets to scream at me and whatnot.
Yes.
Screaming, crying, all that stuff. What do you hope to not see in the JoJo lands? Or what do you hope to not do?
Evil Dragona.
Evil Dragona. Yeah, definitely Evil Dragona. Americanized Charming Man.
I don't want to see. Well, one thing, I don't have to see any other like, because it's more reasonable in part 7. I don't want to see anything similar to what happened to Lucy Steele.
Yeah, I hope
I am
not.
so glad we're
Yeah.
not doing a Steel Ball Run FANDUB because what happened to Lucy Steele was insane. But
Yeah.
you know, it's Araki doing some crazy stuff, and I absolutely thought that was awesome. I just don't want to see it again. I just do not want to have to do that, you know? Like,
hmm
I don't want to have to be like directing that.
hmm
But
What
I'm
about
like
you, Mike?
90% sure he's not going to do anything like that. I
hmm
mean, he wouldn't want to tread over old ground, you know?
hmm
I'd like, I mean, look, I'd obviously, I want our babies to make it through this. That's really what I'm hoping
Yeah.
for.
Yeah.
I know we'll probably lose some good people. I know it's inevitable, but I'm not gonna like seeing it, obviously.
hmm
If anyone likes seeing the death of these characters, I would be a little suspicious.
Yeah, I
hmm
mean, totally.
These guys
You
are
know who
amazing.
Yeah, definitely. Also, if these characters die, that means that we're gonna be out of a job. So if so it's like
Guys,
if
we're losing
yeah,
our jobs.
yeah, it's like Dragona's dead. I'm like, well, I can't really do any voices besides like,
We'll find a way. We'll find a way, guys.
yeah. I'll be a go like I'll make a role where Dragona's just a ghost in the background. Like Jodio's like, I don't know what I should do. Instead, Dragona goes, Jodio, be sure not to push yourself too hard, but don't give up. Remember that. I don't know. Um, you know who I would definitely want to survive? Mate Kudasai. I don't care if Usagi dies. I want my little boy Mate Kudasai to be alive, zooming like into the sunset.
Stanless stands.
Yeah. The
He's such a
little
people
bird.
pleaser. He's
Yeah,
such a people pleaser. He keeps
he
on pleasing people outside of
he
it.
really is. He really is. But I want the little Stan to still be there. The little guy and whatnot. Oh yeah, what's something you don't want to see in JoJo Lands or you possibly don't want to dub, Mike?
Gosh, what would I not want to see or not want to dub? Um, I don't want Jodio to lose his big bro. That's just it. That's what I
Mhm.
don't want to do. I look.
I
I'm
have a
not
feeling.
not gonna say it's gonna be like. Obviously, we'd make a fucking incredible scene out of it, but I don't have the
Mhm.
heart. That'll be fucking tough. Oh, you think
Yeah.
Dragona's gonna die? I don't think so.
Imagine if Jodio
She
dies
might.
instead.
She might.
I'd be okay with that.
I wouldn't. I'd be like, no, not my little bro.
I think Jodio would prefer that than the alternative, to
Yeah.
be
Can you
honest.
He
imagine
would
though? It's Jodio.
he would prefer
Jo
he dies even if Dragona wasn't gonna die. He's
Right.
uh-huh. Yeah, can you imagine though how JoJo Lands ends that Jodio sort of dies, but that's to ensure that his big bro lives a happy,
Oh,
fulfilling life.
jeez.
oh.
Oh.
I mean, look, we'll see. We shall see.
Yeah, we shall see. We maybe we'll see next year or the year after that.
Maybe we will see.
Mhm.
I'm looking forward to many years to come with you guys.
Yeah,
Yes,
definitely.
guys. And with that, I think that's all
It's
we're gonna talk about.
good stuff. Thanks for having me, guys.
Of course, man. You're
Yeah,
part of the
thanks,
start. You're part of
Mike.
how this
Appreciate
began, and
that.
now
Yeah.
we're gonna keep going. We hope to see
Yeah.
you guys next year, man. A happy 1 year. You'll
Happy
get
one
my
year,
full
everyone.
you'll get my full personal comments about this whole thing during the special 1 year anniversary video. This is just a little extra just to add that cherry on top. So great having you two. It's awesome
Thank
that
you.
we
Yeah.
can talk
Thank
about
you,
what we're
Petrol.
ready.
You guys have a good night.
All
Peace.
right.
Peace.
Peace. Bye. Bye, everyone.